see the rate? You see, there's a clear difference between the first one and the second one. I'm afraid this one is going to go up. All right. But can you see now? The first one, we had to wait until it got this much. But this one, we didn't wait that much. It was faster. Okay, now, if we had to go and buy now, to buy a tablet, you've got Grandpa, which is powder in form, and you've got Panado, which is lamps in form. So which one will you buy if you seriously want to treat your head? Okay, I can buy also. It's very expensive.
First of all, we equip the learners with the content, and after equipping them with the content, then we drill them with regard to how to approach the question paper, because the approach is much more important. We then compiled our revision packs in such a way that we group the questions according to their types. Normally, say we have 3 question ones from various past papers, and then they are of similar kind, and then we do the first question with the children, and then the next question one we let them do it in groups, and then the last question one they do it individually and submit their papers. In fact, the structure of the camp, more or less, we have planned it to have 25 hours of tuition, 4 hours of assessment, and then 10 hours of camp activities. So they do group dynamics, and they go through in fact, on a daily basis, they have at most 1 camp activity. So they go through the obstacle courses, and then they also have to go on a game ride, and then they also do quite a lot of activities related, just to try and remove them from the classroom situation. So that it doesn't become a continuous tuition session.
Basically, what I could say about Math Center is that they've thought of a splendid idea by bringing us the kids, especially kids from township, to the camp so that we can learn more about math and physics. And very thankful to them because they believe in us and they know that we can make it.
To mention that C6 is a very unique project. Very much, I would say, to a very large extent, focused on the children, and which is very good, and having to fund for a camp like this one, taking care of children from 10 schools and their teachers to some extent, and it's quite great. And having looked at the situation on camp, the learners' work ethic, because it has been developed, part of it has been developed here. It has been improved, and also the way they work, their performance after each and every session. My optimism has become better to an extent that I won't promise anything, but then I'm looking at this year's results becoming better than last year's results on both physical science and mathematics. In that regard, I have to thank C6 for making this possible.
My typical example was I had a reaction of magnesium reacting with oxygen, and I said to them, have you seen the piece of magnesium? And some of them were like, no, we haven't. I was like, okay, I started explaining what it looks like, and therefore. So now, how did the Math Center come into place? Now, it provided the apparatus and the reagents. So now, yesterday, we were able to say, this is the magnesium, so we've burnt it in oxygen. This is a white bright film that it gives out. So, those small things, I think just the Math Center being there, I think really helps. It really helps us to move those learners into a better way of understanding. These are the learners who know where they're going. Some of them are saying, ma'am, I want to be a civil engineer. I can see South Africa moving forward. Ma'am, I want to be a doctor. They know where they want to go. They have their own dreams already. They want to get there. So I think just by us helping them to pass their exams and move from that point. So now this is our reducing agent. Okay, now let's get back to reduction. Okay, to this one. The chloride ion lost electrons. It got oxidized. What did it get oxidized by? By the sodium ions. So therefore the sodium ions are a okay, so that's oxidizing agent. I was taken by their enthusiasm to know. They so want to know. They so want to learn. You know, they will say, "Ma'am, I don't understand. Please help me." They will come to you. It's not forcing.
They're telling us something. What is happening here?
There's this fish.
Read this. The block moves a distance d up the rainbow before it comes to rest. Now what we should do is collect the data, correct data, know what is here, and this angle, and then go to the two diagrams that we did yesterday. Alright? In the two diagrams, we look at which one is it going to help us to find these champions. What is important, number one, take all the data, collect the data. Collect them. Because, again, remember you're talking about from here to here. Okay.
The Math Center program has been helpful to me because from science subject, I was clueless. We didn't do the chapter of electrochemicals, but now I'm covered and I'm confident that I'm going to pass. So it's not only useful to me, but because as we are going back to our schools, we are going to teach some of our learners from school, then they're going to benefit from us. And really I enjoyed it because we were doing some adventures, obstacles, games and those stuff. I had a great time eventually. So all the thanks to the field trainers, teachers and yeah, to my colleagues, the learners. Thank you.